guys, you may recognise we're back in Colwyn Bay. We've done the trip again. With any luck, we're actually going to pick up some developed film today, and I've got another colour roll of Kodak to drop off as well. So, fingers crossed, by the end of this video we will have done a film reveal. Let's see how it goes. Good news. We have developments. And this is from the roll of Ilford HP5 that I dropped off last time. And they've actually worked, which I'm dead happy about. So, this is what I remember from my childhood with my little point and shoot film cameras. Get your little almost index card there, and then I've not actually looked through these yet. This is the first time I've seen them. I've got all my negatives as well, which you can just about see through there, and these are the prints. For a lot of these I was just, well, a few of them I was just trying to get through in my last film video before I went into the shop, because I need to finish the roll. But yeah, we'll see what they're like really. These are just a couple in a gallery in Colwyn Bay, which I cannot remember the name of now, but there's a few local artists working there. There's a few people from the college in Ross-on-Sea, just down the road as well, exhibiting work in there. Some of these are not the best photos at all. So with these I've just been using a 50mm lens pretty much. I think I might well have to try and have a bit more of a go with the, I've got a Pancake 40mm lens as well, so that might give me a little more room to play with in the future. That one I quite like, especially with the black and white. This is on a fairly glossy Fujifilm paper as well, so it gives really good contrast on the glossy paper, just with these benches. This is in a little underpass leading down from the main town towards the promenade on the shorefront. I quite like that. We've got these horizontal lines all quite uniform, and then just one straight diagonal cut across it. I quite like that one. A few of these are literally just like sort of documentary of the area really. So this is the pier in the background, which I mentioned in that video as well, which is unfortunately being demolished. So there's another one here. Yeah, it's just completely run down now. You can see no care has been taken with it at all in recent years. It's completely fenced off as well, which is a shame. These are the silhouette statues on the front as well. Obviously there's two there, they are real people. There's one without the tourists in there as well. They are really cool. I'd love to get down there for either a sunrise or sunset picture it at some point. I've got a couple of portrait orientated shots in here. So that again is just walking down to the underpass that I was on about before. Again, that's from near enough the same position, just the other side of the road there. I was trying to do a little bit of street work. Unfortunately, I think I was just a little bit too light on this one. I was just trying to catch this elderly couple here around about there. I was a fraction of a second too late. Now this is back here at home. This is actually taking work. This is one of the chefs I work with, Ryan. He's always a jolly fellow. And I'm really liking the bokeh effect in the background here of the fairy lights that we have up around the restaurant. So this is taken using a 50mm 1.7 lens. So that looks really nice, clean bokeh on that. I'm quite happy with that. This is just a spider I found in my hallway. I thought I'd try and get a shot of it. I'm actually surprised how well I managed to focus that one. Obviously you can't see too much detail in it, unfortunately. Now, this is my mum. Look at that face. Oh. Again, I got some pretty nice bokeh in the background here, looking out at the street. She doesn't really like posing for photos. So this one I took before I met her in the restaurant. I knocked on the window. Didn't quite nail the focus, but actually in the reflection of the window, this is looking into the restaurant. In the reflection of the window you can still see a few bits of bokeh from the lights in the reflection, which is pretty cool. This is a pathway up to the Riffin Castle, which is where I actually filmed my Brennan Van Son application video. These were not taken on the same day because it was full of snow when I was recording up there. Yeah, these are 2 or 3 weeks ago these were taken. Again, I think I was quite limited with the 50mm focal point, really. I probably would gain a bit more freedom with a slightly wider lens on there. So this is just a couple of little alleyways in Riffin itself. A lot of the buildings in Riffin are very old Tudor-esque looking buildings, including like the banks and all the bigger buildings in the centre of town on top of the hill. This shop has always intrigued me. It's not open anymore, I don't believe. It's an old sweets and tobacconist. So two quite different products that this one shop was selling. Oh no. Let's get on with this. This is just a quick little snapshot of the back of my car. You might say it's a bit underexposed, but I think just because it was so dark, we've just got street lights coming down from this way. There's one over here somewhere shining on the lights, but I think it looks pretty cool. This is from the very top of Conway, looking down on the town. You've got the castle here. Is this in focus? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you've got the castle looking over everything else pretty much. Yeah, you've got the train station comes in here. This is the main road going around as well. Then over there you can see the bridge going over to Llandudno Junction. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how well in focus some of these are. Now, these ones are taken at Bodleian Gardens, just down the road from Conway. I actually had the camera on a tripod for most of these shots. I was trying to get a fairly long exposure on the waterfall here. Yeah, I'm really happy with that one. The detail in the tree trunk there is quite clear as well. What might have been cool is if I had a model or something with me, or just a stranger just happened to walk past and stop just for a second on the bridge there somewhere. That might have been a pretty cool shot. There's a couple here. This is probably what Bodleian Gardens are most famous for. It's the old, very long pond, which is at times just covered in water lilies, and I think there's quite a few fish in there as well, but I didn't see any on this day. But these waters are so calm at times. It's mirror-like reflection of the boathouse. Let's see, if I turn that upside down, you could barely tell which way was the right way up, could you? It's almost as clear in the reflection as it is. This is the same one again, just at a bit of a slightly different angle. I was shooting here, just trying out with my wide angle lens as well, to see what I could capture. But yeah, I'm quite happy with these so far. This is just a little bit of a terrace, just around the corner from this same pond. I spent ages by here just waiting for the right light, but as soon as I set my camera up, it just didn't happen. I took the shot anyway. Then these are some just very little waterfalls as well. This is the exact same shot, in fact. I think one was just slightly, yeah, I think this is the first one I took, and it's just like a little bit underexposed, so I reshot it. I'm really happy with the detail that these have printed at. That one, I think, just cries out spring, really, doesn't it? Even though it's in black and white. Got the snowdrops bursting through on the lawn. This haze in the top left here, that's just the sun bursting through the hedges. Where was I focusing here? I think I was focusing on these two snowdrops here. And they are pretty well in focus, as are these little bunches here. Then This is just on the other side of the same path, I think. It's pretty much, again, two of the same photo. I think they're actually fairly well exposed, both of them. Yeah, you can see, especially on that middle bunch there, that's pretty much where I've been focusing on these. And yeah, that pretty much concludes my film reveal. I'm dead happy with them. But that's not where the day finished. Oh no. Look at that. Zips and everything. Now, here we are. Look at this, eh?